So what's good, Capricorn? How you doing? Ooh. Oh, Ace of Cups. First card out. That's freaking awesome. Let's see what else you got. Starting a new emotional beginning. Capricorn. New messages that will help them. Three of Coins working together. So you have a new emotional beginning coming up. Okay. Whatever this new emotional beginning is, maybe you're looking to work together with somebody. Actually, maybe this new emotional beginning, maybe you're seeking some counseling. Speaking to people after I guess seeking advice, really. New emotional beginning, seeking advice. I see independence. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, well, so second row is your partner. Pull the rest out. Whoa. That's pretty crazy, Capricorn. Okay, now, new emotional beginning. You're starting off something new. Maybe you wrapped up something in the past, or you're just ready to move on and see what else is out there. Maybe someone in particular, I don't know. But I think you're going towards something, a new beginning. Working with others or seeking counsel. Maybe you're speaking to a lot of people over this. And the reason why I say this is counseling, therapy, just talking to the friends about this issue. Maybe your brother, your friends about this issue. Trying to seek advice. You're single and independent right now. You know, you're tangibly okay. You know, you're independent. You don't really need anybody, and that's why you have the 9. The 9 of Coins is like the 9 of Coins is independence. It's someone who could tend to themselves and for themselves. And it's someone who's not really in need, you know, that they have everything they need except a partner. Could be dealing with a Virgo. And maybe you were seeking out a new beginning, actually, with the Virgo situation. You were looking to kind of start again, start a new beginning with this person and kind of talking things out. But whatever the case, maybe trying to reconcile with a Virgo, trying to work out your problems that you've had. But with trying to work things out, and it seems like working it out, it wasn't in the cards, because there was a quick, sudden ending, an unexpected ending, a big volatile blowout, a big fight that happened, and things just went way out of proportion, and it led to a huge fallout within a situation. Maybe you try to work on this situation with this Virgo individual, and you try to like appease them, you try to like consider them, work things out, you know, and it seems like you were well-intentioned and you did have a lot of future to try to work things out, but I don't know what exactly happened. Things were just started going wrong, and someone started to kind of detach. Maybe somebody got a new job, or they got like they got some kind of settlement or money in, and you were working with this person, and it seemed possibly an ending came about, and then a separation to a union. A soulmate union after this ending and fight caused a separation. You're still feeling kind of bound to this situation and this relationship, though, after this quick and sudden. And it could be like, it could have been so kind of like out of the blue and unexpected of how things like went bad so quickly. And that's kind of what you're having trouble reconciling, or kind of like letting go of. The Seven of Cups, this is like possibly somebody on your other side that you're dealing with, Capricorn. Somebody who has options, possibly. Maybe some doors opened up to them and they see a lot of options and opportunities in front of them. This is like a new era for them. They want to go towards something that they see that could be really promising, but they're not really sure exactly how much water that each opportunity has, but they feel like a lot of roads have opened up for them, and they kind of want to move towards it, and they're thinking about possibly better things in different situations. Queen of Swords. Whoever you're dealing with, they could have Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini in their chart. And it's like somebody was unsure of the situation, and they were unsure about if they still wanted the situation. Maybe they felt like there was better that they could find out, like they could find better elsewhere, or maybe you're trying to work together with this person, and you're trying to work things out, but it looks like somebody wasn't really around to try to work with you. It's like no matter how much you try to appease them or adjust for them or consider them, it just always constantly ended up to be a fight, a huge toxic relationship. And you knew that this is something that needed to end. And this other person became kind of disillusioned with the entire thing, thinking that there is better out there for them. So they kind of became kind of really short-tempered and cutting, and kind of like kind of defensive and overly blunt, and kind of quick to lash out. And then they ended up like they felt like they needed to cut this out, that they needed to kind of let this go, because they weren't really seeing what they wanted, and they wanted to see what else was out there. Maybe that there was other opportunities out there, or better opportunities for them, that they felt more fulfilled, and they felt like they didn't want to deal with the situation anymore, and to cut the situation out. Page of Swords. This is messages. Maybe they would come at you trying to tell you, like, without telling you that they don't want to be in the situation. They were just really immature, just mean and kind of like inconsiderate. They'd say a lot of like critical things and mean things. They'd always like inspect everything that you did and had something to say about it. Maybe this someone was really inspecting you, or just somebody that was really quick to judge you and be critical of you and find fault with you in every corner. Like no matter what you did, it always seems like it wasn't enough, it wasn't good enough, or they were still upset. And it's like maybe they even tended to like listen in on your conversations, or your phone calls. Like maybe they started getting really controlling and suspicious, and kind of like wanting to know where you were all of the time, and or just wanting to find an excuse to just cause issues, you know. So Page of Clubs, like this other person that you're dealing with, like they felt like, you know, they were waiting for their ships to come in. Like maybe they had better out there and they wanted to go towards it and they're considering for it. Maybe that they were considering, like they're waiting for the right time or situation. Maybe that they wanted to cut the situation out, and they let you know in a really immature way, possibly even started a bunch of fights because they were kind of on their way out anyway. Knight of Coins, they're like, they know that they have something in front of them, like an opportunity, something that's really tangibly abundant, and they knew that they had this money coming in, and now that these opportunities opened up for them, it's either money or an offer, or like maybe a new job or some kind of new settlement or win. Whatever they got and they knew that they were coming in, like that was coming in for them, they kind of wanted to cut it out and bounce because they felt like they didn't need to work on this. They didn't want to work on this anymore because this person that you were dealing with, like they felt like they have everything that they needed already. So maybe that there was some financial entanglements within the situation, like you had maybe you were living together and you were paying the majority of the rent or something, or maybe you wanted to like have a fair, equitable relationship, but things just seemed kind of unbalanced, like you always seemed to be paying more. Like you started to feel taken advantage of, maybe shorted even, and you wanted more of an equitable situation, but it seems like somebody was just kind of like saving everything that they got for themselves, you know, and you started to feel taken advantage of, but well, because this person kind of had their other options, and they kind of knew that they had something really big coming in, and they kind of didn't need what they were getting from you anymore. Like maybe they could have been financially dependent on you and kind of like using you in a way and expected you to kind of always pick up the slack. Maybe that this was something that was going on for a while, and it's like you always expected that, oh, once this person gets on their feet, that they would kind of start contributing more and helping out more because, you know what, I want to work together with this person, right? And you thought this was like an equitable relationship, but they kind of had different ideas. And when things came up, when things kind of like money came in for this person, they felt independent, then the ending came, and then the separation. Because this other person had options and they knew that they had money coming in because of whatever opportunity they had coming in or settlement, and they kind of took what they could and then they left. This is someone who's kind of like super like selfish, you know. The situation below, what's the situation? So this was a Hierophant here. Hierophant is like a Taurus. But the Hierophant is like a high priest. He's like he's very learned, knowledgeable. He knows about religions, structures, societies, organizations, government, all of that. He knows all about the rituals and things like that. And although he is very knowledgeable, he is quite rigid in his beliefs because that's what it is. It's all about structures. I mean, Taurus is very kind of like, you know, they're very fixed signs and they have a certain idea of what the way things should be. But this is also a card for commitment. There was a commitment here, and it could have been between a Virgo and a Capricorn. Now, the situation between a commitment between this Virgo and Capricorn, it was a love relationship. And it's a soulmate situation. Oh, the soulmate situation, that's what it was. And then you have the separation. And the King of Cups could have Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. But it's like you had this relationship situation with a soulmate. Two of Cups. And it ended up to be a separation. The situation was there was a commitment, but it felt like you guys were drifting away. Like you kind of felt like you were unsure and disillusioned about the situation, that maybe things started to feel kind of like boxed in, and somebody started to get really kind of controlling. And maybe somebody wanted some time apart, and they kind of had to go within to think about what they really wanted. And they wanted to be single already because they felt like this is toxic. They felt like chained and stuck to the situation. And it became super toxic because one person kind of wanted out, and I believe it was the person that you were dealing with that wanted out. And possibly, you know, Capricorn, this is also, besides the Capricorns, this is also, you know, it could be like passion, assertiveness, but it also could be addictions, control, codependency, enmeshment, you know, a toxic situation that you don't even feel happy in this situation or relationship, but you feel stuck and bound to this person. Like this is karmic toxic tie. This is like definitely like a toxic situation, and it's kind of like a definition of Stockholm syndrome. It's like when things get so awful and it becomes a toxic situation, it's like you don't want to be in the situation or relationship anymore, but you feel stuck and bound from leaving it. Like a fear of being alone maybe, or maybe somebody was just kind of using the other person or getting what they wanted out of the situation, or they just felt like they felt like the situation, maybe you felt like they were trying to control you in a way. But whatever, there was a lot of negativity within this lover situation, and it was a huge volatile blowout, and it was fast and it was violent and it was unexpected. Maybe, I mean, it was fast and unexpected and, you know, big. It was big. And it caused this separation between this relationship. And maybe you want to give it another chance. Maybe you're trying to work out this situation. Because I see the King of Cups here at the end. Maybe you're willing to hear this person out. But there is some toxicity here. Now, the Ace of Cups, a new emotional beginning. Now you have hopes for the way... You have hopes for that. Initially, this is like in the beginning. Ace of Cups. A new emotional beginning. You started out something new with this person. You had hopes for this situation, and you both did, but maybe it didn't turn out the way you thought you did, and maybe your ideas of the way it was going to be wasn't exactly what it turned out to be, like what you expected. It didn't turn out that way, but you had hopes for it. You know, you felt like this was something that could be good. It was like you having a dreams of, you know, and dreams and fantasies and ideas that this is going to be really, really good. You know, I have a lot of good things in front of me with this new emotional beginning and this relationship, this commitment, you know. Now you wanted to work together with this person, but somebody wasn't willing to do the same. They became kind of sharp and cutting, and And it's like they just kind of became cut off, like they weren't interested anymore. And you're like, what happened? I'm trying to work together with you. And it's like they kind of like had plans to kind of go off on their own, you know, like they wanted to cut out of the situation. They didn't want to work with you anymore. And you were trying to work with this person and try to work things out. But they kind of already had their ideas of what they wanted to do. Now, 9 of Coins. I believe that somebody did get a job offer or money, like a new job, you know, but something that made them really tangibly wealthier in a way, not totally rich wealthy, but they were comfortable now and they could support themselves and they had money in the bank or expected it to be coming in. And once this happened, maybe you thought things were going to change because it was like you were financially enmeshed with this person for a while, and maybe you were picking up kind of the slack financially. And now that this person got money coming in, you thought that they would help out. But then once this person got this job or this money, all of a sudden things changed. They became really immature and cutting, and they became really argumentative and rude, and then things got really toxic. You know, really, really toxic, and then a big blowout happened, and now them and you are looking to move past this. You're waiting for your ships to come in. You're waiting for an arrival or to go somewhere or to go towards somewhere, but it's a message of movement after this ending. Ending, message of movement with this Lover situation. So after this ending, I don't know, maybe somebody is going towards another situation, a new relationship. Maybe the person you were dealing with got many opportunities, and once they got their money, they kind of took what they got and left, maybe to another situation, a new relationship. Because it's kind of like they wanted out for a while, but then it's like they didn't have the guts to tell you. And they actually had plans. Maybe this person was seeing somebody behind your back, and they kind of instigated a huge breakout fight because they already had plans of leaving, because then they got what they needed from you. This is a user. 2 of Cups, a soulmate situation. This is definitely karmic. And this is a karmic situation. Maybe somebody's going towards a karmic, somebody that you were dealing with. And they offered, maybe somebody that she met at work, she or he met at work, their new job that they got. And they wanted to kind of explore that by offering their cup to somebody else. So instead of being honest with you and letting you know the situation, they kind of did the cowardly thing and just kind of like started fights until they made you break up with them. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this person that you're dealing with, Capricorn. I'm really not. But you know what's best for you. Maybe you're looking to still try to work it out with this situation. Maybe you still care in some ways. I believe you do. You still feel this draw and this pull towards them. Advice? Hangman. Hangman in reverse. You don't want to be... So advice from the universe. Get yourself unstuck. You know, maybe this is a decision that you've been ruminating about forever, but you have yet to make a decision on really whether to walk away completely. Maybe this person has been trying to reach back out to you and give you another offer and try to work things out now, but it's like you know that this is toxic and you don't want You don't want to feel like you're stuck anymore because you felt like you were being controlled by this person, because this person can be really rude and cutting, and you started to feel like you were being taken advantage of. You know, like they were keeping everything that they could for themselves, but then they weren't contributing to the situation, and it started to drain you. And now you want, universe is telling you to get yourself out of this, get unstuck. 9 of Clubs, be defensive. You know, don't let people take advantage of you. Guard yourself. This is the Wounded Warrior card. After this fight, something big must have really, really happened, and you feel hurt. Like you're super, super hurt. Like maybe that there was a big blowout and a big betrayal, like, and somebody did something super, super petty, and now you're super wounded. And now it's important to realize, like, you're realizing, like, how much this person, like, screwed you over, how much this person kept you stuck. And you don't want to be stuck and controlled by this person anymore. Be defensive. You know, you don't want to keep opening the door for this person to keep hurting you, right? Temperance. Try to stay in balance. This must have been something that was really recent. Maybe this was even a guardian angel coming down and kind of giving you balance by taking away somebody that was really chaotic and turning things upside down. This is somebody who creates that chaos when they get bored, and it really threw off of your life. And the only way for you to, this is time for you to get balance within yourself. You know, stop trying to control the issue. Let go of control. You can't direct the currents or the flow of the rivers and lakes. You have to give up control because, honestly, in terms of the world, like, we really don't have that much control over the natural situations and things. There's just some things that are out of control, so it's better to just go with the flow instead of trying to control the situation. And that's the only way to bring balance. It's the only way to bring balance. Make quick movement. Make movement. Do this quickly. You know, come unstuck out of the situation. Be defensive. To get balance, make a move. And start saving your money and stop investing in the situation anymore. No more time, no more energy. Maybe this person did deplete you financially and they kind of, you feel used. You feel used. Maybe this person did use you, and it's time to put away your money, and this person is like a freaking vampire. Oh my goodness. So 2 of Swords in reverse. So you don't want to be defensive anymore. You know, it's like this is, you don't want to be in the stalemate anymore. You're hold back. Don't, you know, no longer deal with the situation. Cut it out with a stalemate and just start holding back and move out of the situation to get balance. Because it's like there's no working with you. There's no working with this person. And not in any equitable way or a way that will benefit you at all. It's like somebody made a decision to kind of like no longer waiting on the situation or dealing with the situation. And you're definitely dealing with a Virgo. You're starting to keep away from the situation and stop ruminating about it. This isn't a choice for you to keep around because you know it's toxic. Let it go. And that's what will bring you kind of your balance, you know? Start saving your money. Because maybe there will be a move. Maybe you live together and somebody's moving out, or because you don't want to be defensive anymore. You don't want to keep fighting anymore. You don't want to have to make a choice between if I want to stay or go, because if it's a matter of you having to ask that, you've already know that it's pretty bad already. Hold back from the situation, because this person was kind of draining you. They were using you. You try to bring situation, like a balance to this situation by communicating, but then this person still wanted to be selfish and kind of manifest what they want. And this is the only way that you're going to manifest what you want, by making a movement to get out of the situation and not, hold back in every regard. You don't want to keep being used. And you want to get out of the stalemate by cutting the situation out completely. Because this person manifested an ending, is what I see. They were saving up their money while they were staying with you. And that's where and the moment stuff came in for them is when all of the conflict and fighting started to happen. So don't give this to the situation anymore. This Virgo that you're dealing with it's not good. It's not good. But I hope things are working out for you, Capricorn. I'm sorry I have to tell you that. Not exactly the best news. Bottom of the deck, have strength. Could have Leo in your chart, Sun or Moon or Rising, or a Vedic Leo. But, definitely stay strong. Have strength. Spirit is with you and guiding you. And have the strength enough to stay away from situations that use you up, and don't put anything in. Because I know Capricorns, they're all about stability is really what it is. And it's not like people have a wrong impression of you that, all you care about is money and blah, blah, blah. But that's not true. That's not true. The thing is, you care about stability. You care about balance. You care about having structure. And you give a lot towards your situations, and you do that because you work really hard for the situations, because you believe in them, and that's why you invest in them. But you know what? If they're not doing the same for you, and all they're doing is taking, then the best thing that you could do is have strength enough to not be involved in people who just use you. But that's what I got for you, Capricorn. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.